Hello, friends, welcome to Quest for Knowledge. My name is Naghma, and today we are going to learn history, that is Vedic culture. After the Indus Valley civilization, if any culture which have evolved in Indian subcontinent is Aryans. It is believed that they have come to India from the northwest direction in around 2000 BCE, that is before Common Era. The early Aryans have not only left any the archaeological sources, but they have given us rich literature that is called as Vedas, Vedic literature, which throws light on their culture. Vedas are the greatest contribution of the Aryans, so that is why this culture is called as Vedic culture. There is no unanimous opinion regarding the original home of Aryans. Some of them believe that they have come from Central Asia. Some of them believe that they have come from Tibet. So they migrated to Indian subcontinent in search of pastures. They are actually, Aryans are the pastoral nomads. It means they don't settle in one place. And because of their animals, for them to gaze, they have to find out the greenery, so that they migrated in search of the pastures for their animals. And they had met strong opposition from their native, to whom they call it Dasyus. And so that they, from them they, because of that opponents, they started migrating, and they wanted change, and they settled on the bank of the river Sindhu, which is called as Aryavarta, land of the Aryans, in the main part of the northern India. And Dravidians, they settled in the southern part of Indian subcontinent. So this is the origin of the Aryans. And what Aryans have given is the Veda. So Vedas is being Vedic literature. The first Veda what they have written is Rig Veda, and the rest of the Veda they have written is Samaveda, Yaturveda, Atharvana Veda. So Rig Veda they wrote in the early Vedic period, and the rest of the Veda they have written in the later Vedic period. So the Vedic period is being described as early and later Vedic period. So now let's understand the features. So first of all, political condition. So the early tribe, when they settled in India, the tribe is called as Janas. Jana. Head of the tribe is called Rajan, like king. Rajan is being assisted by, like how the king is assisted, like ministers, soldiers, like that only. They have their name, like Purohita, Sangrahatri, Senapati, Vispati, Grammanis, like that. Grammani is the smallest unit of administration. Sabha and Samiti, they always support the king for the better administration. So here Sabha is the group of elders, and Samiti is the group of experts. Always they will guide the king to make proper decisions. Okay, and king duty is to protect the tribe, and simple weapons were used for the military, and they had a very organized infantry, cavalry, etc. The same political condition in the later Vedic period, let's discuss. Janas became powerful. The Janas, the normal public, they became powerful and turned into kingdom, like Gopas, Vaishyas, Gramas, etc. And kingship became hereditary. Before, in the early, king used to be the most compatible, the most deservable person used to become the king. Here what happened, kingship became hereditary. The king's son only will become king. However, whether he is compatible, whether he is deservable or not, that doesn't matter. An important kingdom like Kuru, Panchala, Kashi, Videha, etc. started to exist. Imperialism came into existence, like a hierarchy for the king also started to exist, like Raja, Maharaja, Rajati Raja, Virat, Ikrat, Samrat, etc. And the king began yajnas like Rajasuya and Ashwamedha. It means they started to do these sacrifices. So Rajasuya is kind of a sacrifice. Ashwamedha is also a kind of a sacrifice which is being done to the horse. And king had other duties more than protection of public. So early Vedic period, the protection of the public was the main duty of the king. Here they had other duties as well. The same Sabha and Samiti continued to exist, but the war became more complicated with the more complicated weapons like swords, spears, axes, etc., and armors and helmets used. And winning is more important, whether by hook or by crook they want to win. Even they want to win by following the path of deceit, that is fraud, cheat. And that is the political condition of early and Vedic. Now let's understand about the social condition of the early and later Vedic period. So joint family system was in existence in the early Vedic period. Aryan society was patriarchal. It means they'll give more importance to the male member. So the head of the family was called as Kulapati or Grihapati. Griha means house or a family, and Pati means owner. So he is the head of the family, is called as Grihapati. Monogamy was in vogue. It means in trend. Monogamy means to have, not to have more than one wife or one spouse. So only royal was confined to polygamy. Only the royal can have more than one wives. So that is, it existed in early Vedic period. Widow remarriage was in existence. Women had equal and good status in early Vedic period, and the education was also very good. And many women scholars also have composed hymns, like many women like Apala, Gosha, etc., where they are very famous scholars, women scholars, those who have contributed to the literature. The social division was based on the profession, which is called as Chaturvanas, like Brahmanas, the priest, Kshatriyas, the rulers, Vaishyas, the traders, and Shudras, the agriculturists. So when you change your profession, you can change your Chaturvanas, that is your Varnas, you can change. The same thing what happened in the later Vedic period, polygamy and polyandry both came into existence. Means whatever it be, it was not limited to the royal family. Even the normal public started to have more than one wife or more than one husband. So that came into existence. And position of women was deteriorated. Position of women became deteriorated, and still they was not able to enjoy those good quality status as they enjoyed in the early Vedic period. Education was received by only royal families, and women was now became dependent towards father, husband or son. Varnas turned into many castes, like here it was Chaturvanas, which is turned into caste, and caste became hereditary. Actually caste was based on the profession, but now they have made it as a hereditary one. And in that, Brahmanas and Kshatriya had enjoyed good status when compared to Vaishyas and Shudras. So this is the social condition of Vedic period. They believe that life of every individual is divided into four, which is called ashramas. So the first stage of life is brahmacharya, that is a student life. Second stage of life is a grihastha, to have a married life. Third stage is vanaprastha, it means to retirement from the worldly life and to move towards the forest and to have a meditation meditation. And fourth is sannyasa. Sannyasa means to avoid all the worldly comfort and to surrender oneself. So that is sannyasa. And along with that, they had wheat. Their staple foods were wheat, barley, rice, meat, milk products, and men, women both used to wear ornaments made of gold, silver, bronze, and they used to wear clothes which is made out of cotton and wool, and their dress were consist of vastra, adi vastra, and nivi. And even women used to plait their hair in different hairstyles. Gambling, chariot racing, horse racing, and musical instruments like veena and flute were very important at that time. So this is all about the social condition. Let's move on to the economic condition. Rig Vedic period, in the early Vedic period, Aryans lived in the villages, so that agriculture was their main occupation along with cattle rearing. And simple profession like carpentry, pottery, weaving existed. Barter system was existed in the early Vedic period. Barter system means exchange. Okay, if I give, cow can be exchanged with 2 sheep, like that. So it is a exchange system, barter system. In later Vedic period, villages turned into cities like Hastinapura, Indraprastha, Kaushambi, etc. Agriculture became the chief occupation along with cattle rearing, and trade and other profession also started to exist. And in that time, trade and commerce was given more importance, and barter system existed, but nishka, a piece of gold, was also started to use as a exchange. So this is all about the economic condition. Now it is the religious condition in early and the later Vedic period. Vedic religion is known as Sanatana Dharma. It means eternal, and it is also coming under the Hinduism and Brahminical religion, and it is one of the oldest religion which is still practiced. Aryans used to worship nature, and they believed in several gods. God like Indra, Varun, Agni, Vayu, Surya, Prithvi, Soma. Indra means eyesight, what we see, Indra. Varun. Agni is fire. Vayu, water, maybe. Surya is sun. Prithvi, earth. Soma is moon. So this is a kind of a god they worship. They were polytheist, means more than one god they used to worship, and there is no any idol worship. And their worship was very simple, with simple rituals, and performance of yajnas and yagas were there in trend. Okay, yajnas and yagas means nothing but the sacrifices. And varna, and in the same thing what happened in the later Vedic period, the practice of religion became more complicated. The number of God increased, and they given various shapes and even hierarchy to the gods. Gods were graded. Idol worship came into existence, and gods like Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Ganesha, Kartikeya, etc. came to existence. And cow considered as sacred and slaughter was prohibited. The procedure of worship also became complex. The use of mantras and elaborate rituals made more complications. The performance of yagas and also became more elaborate. Hence Vedic religion became costly practices, like we will worship, and they started practicing black magic, witchcraft, etc. And another thing is that the main integral part of Vedic religion is Varna, Ashrama, and Purusharta, that is Dharma, that is religion, Artha, meaning, Karma means what we do, our action, karma, and Moksha. Moksha is to liberated. And this is the integral part of Vedic religion. The entire life of a Hindu is being guided by samskaras. Vedic religion, they believe in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and even they believe in the transmigration of soul, and they feel that the objective of the soul is to reach to God through moksha, and they have many paths to attain moksha, like bhakti, jnana, karma, yoga, etc. And there were some of the books like Veda, Upanishad, and Puranas, Smritis, which gives more wider knowledge about this, and the epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata is given more importance. So this is all about the religious condition in the Vedic period. Now let's understand about the education and science. Education was imparted in Gurukul, which is called as Pathshala, Agrahara, and Ghatikas, and temple was also used as a place of education. Higher education was imparted in university like Takshila, Kanchi, And education commences with the ceremony called Upanayanam. How we also start with a small ceremony like maktab, like similarly they also commence the education with a small ceremony called as Upanayana. The position of guru was high and both men and women received education. Aryan achieved great progress in astrology, medicines, astronomy, philosophy, mathematics, metallurgy, etc. They know the calculation of the distance between the sun and moon, moon and earth, and sun and earth. And they also had a very good knowledge of the occurrence of eclipses, comets, etc. They had also achieved great progress in medicines. They used to cure the diseases with the help of herbs, roots, leaves, oil, salt, mud, etc. And they followed the lunar calendar. So that is all about the Vedic culture and their silent features on their political, economic, social, and religious and conditions and their educations and science. And thank you very much. If you feel this video is helpful, do like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you very much.